when you become insensitive, you want to hoard money, you want to show yourself. There is a dissatisfaction in your own mind. There is a sense of lack of fulfillment. You want to overcome it. How will you do it? You will set aims for yourself which other people will see. 50 crores, 500 crores, 5,000 crores, let the world see me and laud me. Let me build a nuclear bomb. Let the world see and praise me. Let the world, you do not have your own method of standing firm on your own feet to say that you are fulfilled. You are looking at what people say. Let him say, so that I feel I am fulfilled. Does it happen? Does fulfillment, does happiness come because other people say you are a great man, or that you have done so and so thing? You will come to your deathbed one day and you will ask yourself, what have I done in this life? I mean, if you are fortunate enough, if you are hit by a car or scooter and you go into coma, then that question is straight away out of question. That thing is out of question. But if you live to a life as you grow through old age, when you shift out of that active phase of life, when your children start running the things and they take you, Appa, sit here comfortably, have this tea and have this juice and be happy here. That's the time when you will start ponder over things. Then you will ask, what has my life been? You will find it difficult to answer that your life has been a waste, that your life has created violence on this earth. You will see this, the violence that is coming by the end of your own times. I am seeing it. I can see what my generation has done. And I have no answer. If today there are kids, young girls and boys who are being hurt on the roadside, who has done that? My generation has done it. For what reasons? And how has it happened? It has happened by a method of living an insensitive life. Life that is insensitive to the requirements of society, requirements of personal happiness. They have all become morons. You have huge political clouds. There is no end to what they want. Why? And they are never satisfied with it. You have 300 million, you want 3,000 million. You have 3,000 million, you want much more. You have 10 seats, you want 20 seats. You want 50,000 people to do that to you. You want 500 million to do that to you. That process never ends. That process of seeking, appeasement or approval or sanctity of sanction of another human being. It never stops because you are empty inside. You are a moron inside. This is what life portends. You have but one life. At least in your living process, in your thought process, in your feeling process, you have one life. There is no need to waste this life in this process. There is no need to, in fact I used to tell my children that the biggest dangers to the society are these achievers. Because their achievement is bereft of reason. It is bereft of what is good for the society or what is bad for the society. A typical example is this nuclear bomb. You know how it came about? Because there were 100 scientists. The beauty of the chain reaction, the possibility of that energy release, that technological challenge, that you create things that can stand that temperature, that huge amount of energy release, that can blast into a big bomb. The challenge is fantastic. Those scientists, those technologists, for that they bent every rule. They said that no, we have to develop it because otherwise the other people will develop it. Today every scientist is working one ahead. He is working out his intellectual challenges. He is working out for his intellectual challenges, his personal intellectual challenges. It is bereft of the other two components, the other last component, spiritual component. Therefore, what he creates is used to destroy. And he will be aware of it when at 30, 40, the person who what is that little girl or what is the name of that fellow who dropped the bomb on Nagasaki? Hiroshima, Nagasaki. I don't remember now. That fellow committed suicide. And the day after this bomb was tested in some salt lake in Utah, deserts of Utah, the next day they saw the size of the bomb. Oppenheimer, Enrico Fermi, nobody wanted to be anywhere near that. They didn't want to be associated with the bomb because they saw the folly of what they had created. And who pressed the trigger? Who gave the order? One Harry Truman. And what did he know about the generation of the bomb? So you see, life is a process where there are very many interacting forces. In the center is each one of you. It is your life. You have to decide the direction, not by the interflowing forces. What is productivity? What is success? What is achievement? You have to decide. Where you will carry yourself forward, where you will carry your society forward, where will you carry your family forward? You have to decide. And if you understand that, you will determine what work direction to take, what work to do. There is a warning that you can change your work later on, like I have changed. I have shifted out. The time I realized that I was empty out on this and that I have done things which improved me as a person, which gave me a lot of challenge, happiness, but it has gone against the basic grain of what I would like to do to this human beings or to the earth at large. So I shifted out. So when you go to work, you can ask these questions right at the beginning. Take a line of work where you can follow it up through a life, through the physical, intellectual, emotional, and through the crowning spiritual process. Okay. Other thing, last thing, coming to the placements that you have. It's a very frightening world today. This recession is here, and I told you the method of coming out of a recession is not going to easily happen. Because last time Bush tried it, he tried to push Iraq into a corner and get everybody to do it. The rest of them, after some time, the civil societies vacated their acceptance of that, and therefore it became a fiasco for him. If he could carry that out, we would not have seen this recession. Now Obama is in a fix. The driving economies are in a fix. The alternatives are there, but they cannot go into it so easily. But somehow everybody, now with the recession comes increasing violence, because there are people who are dropped out from productivity. The basic use of their intellectual, physical faculties are not possible. Living is not possible. They get into that endless rut of crime and all these things. It will be on the increase for some time now. And all this reaction against Valentine's Day, reaction of all these things are all reaction of those people who are left out of decent ability to work in the society. It's a very dangerous cause, inability to work. Now I would like to bring about a differentiation between work and employment. Work has these four components. Employment doesn't have these four components. You as a person need employment for living. You as a person need work not only for living but for living in a sustainable, in a prolonged way, in a happy way. Okay. Now there are a lot of problems with marketing companies, all these things, there's shortage of jobs. This is where you use your intellect. Look out of, I'm giving you this perspective to see what work you need to define for yourself. Should you run into the same bracket of hundreds of beautifully endowed MBAs trying to sell better soap? Would you go back to selling things that you're not in agreement, whether you don't even think to see whether you are in agreement or not? You will try to do it because you are exploiting your physical, your intellectual abilities to sell one nonsense of an iPod. What it is doing to your younger generation, what it is doing to your kids, making them mindless monsters are not your part of ship, it's not your part of the thought process. But you are getting into it. So what is the life process that you will get into? What is the work process that you will get into?